Greetings all, Devious Monkey here. Let's just get this out of the way. Got the freaking handles, finally. Yay! All right. Eventually, even though there was absolutely no tracking updates whatsoever, fortunately I had other things to occupy myself so that I wasn't really thinking about those handles too much. Today, my HVAC guy finally showed up. I wasn't sure when he was coming. I thought he was going to call me, and I literally flopped my omelet onto my plate and the doorbell rang. So he was here early this morning with an assistant, and they went up into the attic and into the office and everything, and they looked around to see what could be done, what should be done, and what they could do. They were here for about, say three hours, give or take, 3 or 4 hours, and they did pretty much what we had discussed, which is they cut a return right over my desk where all that heat is coming from all those electronics. And basically the mentality that I had for that was that if the return is right above all that shit, and then I have a vent on this side of the office and a vent on that side of the office blowing the cold air, that when the air conditioner kicked in, it would suck all that hot air immediately off of all that equipment and return nice cool air. I was not wrong. They cut that sucker in there, did what they had to do up in the attic, and got it all done. And then but before they did that, I had to take all my stuff apart. So I had to take my computer completely apart, the TV on the wall. I had to move all that shit out of the way. I looked at it as an opportunity to, one, deep clean. So I vacuumed everything over there when they were done. I dusted everything, and then I put all of the cabling and the wiring back in, I guess, a better, more ordered way so that it was easier to get to and so on and so forth. So long story short, the AC has been fixed in here. It is noticeably cooler now when you walk in here. There's not that force field of heat at the doorway when you walk out the door. Even his assistant said, it's really hot up in the attic and stuff. You don't really think about it. He says, but when I'm doing stuff in this room, I'm not aware of how hot it is until I cross the doorway and I walk out into the hallway. He's like, man, dude, what a difference. So yes, I'm not crazy. It is just hot as hell in here. So now already, in the couple hours since they've been gone, after I put everything back, and I went through all my sweaty stuff, I'm cooled down. I had lunch, which was hot and had a shit ton of hot sauce on it. So I was kind of sweating from that. Everything is done now. They joked and they said, boy, if you ever sell this place, the people are going to look in this room and be like, what the hell? He says, because generally there's only supposed to be one vent in here. There's 2 vents and a return. This will definitely have to be the room that has all of their, servers and what have you. Okay, so I hope that takes care of everything, at least enough. And all I did was turn the ceiling fan on now, which I forgot to turn off, so you might hear that noise. But I think that it is noticeably cooler in here already. I'm very happy about that. It probably hit 90. They said it was about 127 up in the attic when they were up there, poor guys. So everything should be good to go. They also found some leaks. Some of the other spots in the system had seams broke apart and all that stuff, so they retaped all that shit and they hooked me up. Great guy. His assistant's pretty cool, and I'm thrilled. Now, because I was dealing with all that, again, I wasn't thinking about these handles not getting delivered and not having any updates whatsoever. And whilst I was sitting here testing everything after I put it back together, because you never know if you put it. I do have all my cables labeled, like 1, 2, 3, 4 for the different slots that it has to go into the back of this Mac. Learned my lesson. I learned this when I worked for the telecommunications company. Label everything before you unplug anything and take pictures. So it wasn't really difficult for me to put it back there. It's difficult because it's behind the desk and you have to have the desk as close as possible because there's not a lot of there's not a lot of length in those cables. So whilst I was doing all that, I got it back together, turned it on, and then again, conveniently, it went through an update and I couldn't use the computer anyways. And at that point, I got notification that those handles got delivered. So I left, went to UPS, got those, got another package, which was a present for my wife that I wasn't expecting. Came home, I've already got them hooked up on the camera here. I had to try to figure out what was the best way to put everything on there so that I'm not screwing with the cables. What's gonna have to happen is that from here on out, I am not going to be using that Rode Wireless Go with anything other than this setup because of the way I have the handles on here and that cable holder. I'm gonna be putting a lot of stress both on the 3.5mm jack, trying to angle that thing to get it in and out just right, and on the HDMI cable, which we already know sucks. It all stays this way. The only thing that I may consider doing is buying a different cable and leaving the cable connected if I ever want to pull that off and like use it on my GoPro or something. But for the most part, this shit is staying. I'm not dicking around with this. That's the whole point of having that cable management device on there, so that I'm not pulling cables on and off and on and off. I'm not really ever going to use the Ninja with the A7 III or anything like that, so that's not a big deal either. So this is going to be how this is. Now, of course, I did order the base plate that's on a riser. Shame on me. I didn't go with small rig because, one, it's not available yet, and I didn't feel like waiting for it, on top of which it's $130, and I got a Camvate one, which is the exact same thing, but it was only $59. Half price for the same thing. So I'm going with that. I'm going to see how it works and everything. And then I got two 15mm carbon fiber 8-inch long rods to go with the rest of the build out. Now, the rest of the build out, I finally researched everything. I'm going to get gold mount, not V mount, just to be different. I'm going to get gold mount items from Indy Pro. So, and it's going to be an Indy Pro gold mount plate that has built-in dummy Z battery for the Sony. It keeps saying for the A7 III, but that's the same battery that goes in the A6600. So it's already like hardwired into the plate, and dummy battery just goes into the camera, and then an additional D-tap dummy battery for the Ninja and the battery. That's so I need the plate, the battery, the dummy battery for the Ninja, oh, and a charger. So all that is going to come up to like $525. Now I thought once I sell this stupid thing, that should take care of that. But I also thought, well, I still have this like massive, well, not massive, but I have an expense report that has to be turned in that would more than cover that, which I haven't done yet. Shame on me, because it cost me the money to have this HVAC work done today. That kills all that. So no power for the monkey for this system anytime soon, but that's okay. Everything else I got is, I mean, it doesn't require the power. The power will come later. All that stuff is just for having the external power to power both of these devices off of that one battery, that gold mount battery. And I decided to go with gold mount over V mount because for everything that I've read, it's a more secure connection and it really doesn't fall off. I just wanted to do something different from everybody else. So I got gold mount shit, or I will get gold mount. All right, so I got this stuff put together too late in the day. I mean, it's already 20 after 5 and I just ate lunch. You know, I just finished lunch before I started shooting this because I couldn't eat while those guys were here, and I would not ever leave my stuff taken apart and on various surfaces here in pieces to take time to eat or do anything else. Like, that shit has to be done. It wouldn't matter if it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I would finish that before I did any other thing. So I had to do that first, and then I finally had to eat. I think I need some more caffeine, so I might go down and make myself an AeroPress coffee, and then just chill till my wife gets home from work, and then just chill the rest of the night. And then tomorrow I actually have work to do, which I might do tonight. So that's all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to give you an update and let you know, because I know you guys were all just hanging at the edge of your seats knowing if I got these handles or not. So got the handles, they're connected, everything is connected. I'll get the quick release plate on the riser setup thingamajiggy with the carbon fiber rods on Friday, and I'll put that together. And this weekend is when I will do the breakdown of this rig and list it all out of what each piece is, you know, and all that kind of stuff, so that you can go out and get yours too. I haven't even looked at the weather. I mean, it was gorgeous out today. Again, in the 90s, gorgeous, sunny, and I haven't had any time to do anything because I've been dealing with all this stuff. So I'm sure that by the time I get all this and I'm ready to go out and film, it'll be rainy and shitty, but that's okay. There's plenty of stuff for me to film. And that's all I wanted to talk about today. Just a quick update. As always, thanks for joining me on this biting nails journey. And like, subscribe, and all that shit. And remember, kids, forward and up.